I am preparing for it to be a super weird week, you know? Like, I'm prepared to lose 42% of all my subscribers in the next week. And I got to do a fundraiser at the end of the month, like I do every month. And that fundraiser will be for the month that I get to celebrate my 8-year anniversary, which will be on the 23rd. So during this month, I get to be like, hey, man, if you have liked or enjoyed any of my work and you want to contribute or donate, say thanks over 8 years of all the stuff I've done and try to do my best as someone who just gets on and tells y'all what I'm thinking about, talking about, and then it came into an actual responsibility role. Planetary Defense Commander. What was it talking about? I don't know. The weather's going crazy, man. We got a hurricane that's about to bear down on what looks like Louisiana again. We got a giant ice storm. So it is like real life Game of Thrones happening right here, right now. And I warned y'all in October I was not going to listen to anybody and I was just going to do what I do. So next month I get to start listening to people again. And so I love you and I'm proud of you. But yeah, it's weird. And it was like the last time I went to check my comments, someone was saying that I was a fearmonger. And I was like, hey, dipshit, this Asteroid Fight Club, what are you talking about? I spent a large portion of my time and energy not calling people, like trying not to call people dipshits, man. Like this shit is so fascinating. The weather, the atmosphere, the planets, and beautiful women are 1,000 times more fascinating than politics. So yeah, when I started a YouTube channel 8 years ago, I started talking about comets, asteroids, the sun, weather, economics, defense, beautiful women, and then just tons of stuff. Like it's like THORnews, like my own personal television channel. Although television is like a kind of an antiquated, outdated term, and it's mine, and you get to control all the programming. And so why you guys showed up, I'm not completely sure. How long will you guys be here? I don't know. It's weird. It's like having THORnews is like a weird game show. Sometimes I get rewards, and then sometimes I get tricked out of the trick or treated or whatever, you know. But you guys have been super awesome, and I love my job. Though this year's been stressful. And as a Texan, I take my ice seriously because it saves lives. Just trying to explain and convince people, hey, dude, don't even risk driving on ice, and please don't ask your employees to risk their lives driving on anything. Ice either. Ice can kill you, bro. Especially if you drive on that shit. And if you're even walking down the sidewalk, slip too bad and crack your skull open on the sidewalk. I mean, my mom said that would happen when I was growing up. I mean, it's happened before. Something was talking about, I don't even know, Mercury be retrograde, bitches. I'm talking about ice NATOs because I can, and it's fascinating, and it is definitely relevant to today. Oh, this would be an Oklahoman ice NATO. I've been in Oklahoma before. It's pretty cool. Every state I've been in is pretty cool, you know. I love my country and all of its states and all of its people. Although there are a lot of dipshits out there who are really mean and tell a lot of lies or just believing dumbass shit that isn't really true, only in their own mind and perspective is anything symbolizing realityism. And my mayor had a voting contest, and Rice University is going to Rice. I don't know if your city has any universities, but mine has quite a few. And Rice people are usually smart and talented. Not saying that U of H and TSU aren't, but I'm saying it's no surprise Rice is winning by almost three times everybody else. But it's not over yet. Go vote, I guess. I'm going to vote tomorrow or the next day. Probably on Thursday. But I wish one of my crushes would seriously not worry about the music mafia or the Illuminati. Just come and pick me up, and I'll get us coffee, and then she can watch me vote, and I will tell funny jokes. I will even shower and brush my teeth, and then I'll buy lunch or dinner or whatever. That would be cool. But yeah, so she's got to Thursday to work something out. And I won't tell nobody if it's a problem, but you better be single and like no quantum entanglements romantically that, you know what I'm talking about? I don't know. Dating in 2020 is weird, man. Dating in a post-social networking age is just strange. And, you know, man, just this year trying to tell everybody about the plague and having it be like fake news, hoax. whatever. Like, you may not believe in the virus, but the virus lockdowns rolling across the planet going into the winter wave are totally real and happening. And so, America will probably get extra tough on dealing with the virus after the election. We will get a large burst of real information, and that if you were checking any other state or country across the globe, most of them are going into serious hardcore lockdowns and have been for the last 3 weeks. So get ready. Definitely stock up. If you're not stocking up now before this election, I don't know what to tell you. And errors be like, ha ha ha, they are all fighting and arguing and not working together as a team. That is so hilarious. Yeah, the errors pattern is here. Despite a favorable upper-level pattern, a cold, stable air mass east of the Rockies will prohibit Lee cyclogenesis tomorrow. Instead, a surface cyclone will not form until Wednesday, Thursday, when the divergence aloft reaches the low-level temperature gradient far east. And so, is the hurricane coming to Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, Florida the undercard for this really big thing? Cranky Weather Guy says yes. And he's really good, But Mother Nature could surprise us all, so definitely everybody buckle up for crazy-ass surprises. We talking the hot and the snow, the heat and the cold. Doom, 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 doom. Hey, did you ever watch Homestar Runner? This is crazy, because I guess technically, because it is the month of my 8-year anniversary, my fundraiser started early. And it's during, and it ends, my fundraiser pretty much ends the night of the election. So that's exciting for me. And then I rebel sometimes during this week, which is weird, but I do it. I rebel during a fundraiser, and every single time it has worked out. And some months better than others. Because, I give you guys all this information for free. And then at the end of every month, start of the next month, I'm like, hey, if you appreciate all the work I've done, and do have a little scratch left over, like after you've taken care of yourself, your family, your friends, your pets, and you've stocked up on your own groceries, if you got a little left over, that's great. Yeah, I have this fundraiser like every month, regardless of super awful fires like are happening now in California, plagues, hurricanes, wars. I got to throw a fundraiser in the middle of it, and it's weird, but it's like a game show for me, a real-life dangerous game show. And I try to stay away from politics, but I basically am saying, dude, so it's like me as Planetary Defense Commander, I got to vote right now for which guy do I want as my Commander-in-Chief, and I'll definitely, I don't know what Biden's going to be like, but I do know what Trump's going to be like, and I don't want any more of that shit. He can go be the greatest pundit Fox News has ever had for the rest 8 years. I'm ready for peace, but I'm talking about the weather. It's the big battle, the fire, the ice, the red and the blue. What it means to me and you. All right, this is about as cool and as crazy as it gets. And so I will be just like you've never seen before, spamming this stuff out to you because my fundraiser's begun and I get to rebel against myself during the fundraiser. And then you got the election. And so I estimate up to 43% of my followers could leave. I'm okay with that because I'm just doing what I do, man. I'm hoping I'll get better every day. And I love you. I love Asteroid Fight Club. And I don't ever want to talk about politics again after this stupid-ass election is over. All right? And sometimes I sound like a broken record where I'm like, hey, guys, in October for the Eris alignment, we watch out for big storms, whether they be hurricanes or ice storms or windstorms during that month after the alignment. And the alignment has happened. And so we are looking for a possible major hurricane with Zeta. It could happen. And then after that, another one. Yep. Another one. And this is the next one. This is like November 2nd or 3rd possible. This is the November storm. Me and Cranky Weather Guy have been basically saying, we got another one coming the first week of November-ish. And this is the ish, bish. Yep. And I've been like injecting sitcoms into my veins like an IV all 2020 to deal with it because I just need comedy on top of everyone's pessimism while trying to stay cool and give you guys the best news possible. And so I've started re-injecting Entourage, the most underrated sitcom ever on the planet in our history. That is a great show. And in 2005, they were the ones telling everybody Harvey Weinstein was a total dick. And no one listened until like 14 years later. That's how ahead of the game they were. Man, I love Entourage. It's a great show. Yeah, I highly recommend it. Absolutely, without a doubt. So buckle up. I love you, and you are awesome, and I'm proud of you, and God bless everyone. Let us look forward to and plan for a great happy Thanksgiving, a wonderful Merry Christmas, and a great New Year while dealing with the frick plague and whatever type of weird rift, regardless of who wins president, that we're going to have to start the healing and plan for the next 2 to 10 years together. All right? I love you. Stay cool. And I do not mean this disrespectfully, but like at no point in time did I ever put up billboards or advertisements or be like, yeah, you got to come on down to THORnews. You know, that like I just about 8 years ago started making at least one video a week and putting them up. And 8 years later, here we are. And so I appreciate if you stay, and I definitely appreciate it if you appreciate me. And I'm going to spend the rest of 2020 feeling like I've done a good job. And so, like I said, I'll start listening to other people's opinions again in November. That's always been the plan. You know, we all need to put up our own emotional shields, because everybody's been losing their mind, and everybody's going to be extra losing their minds over the next 2 weeks. With or without exterior planetary energy and cosmic rays bombarding us. Oh, I knew this felt like new Sunspot energy. Oh, I love solar maximums. And then we got this sunspot over here rolling off the sun. There's a minor geomagnetic storm predicted, y'all. And suddenly a dark feature on Mars. Boom. And then boom. And then they say they found moon on the moon. They found Venus water on the moon. I think that's the NASA story. And much to YouTube's consternation, they can relax because none of these asteroids hit us, bro. None of them. Yo. So I didn't make a video about them because we didn't get hit by. I didn't think we were going to get hit by any of them. Mars has gone dark and sad, I guess, because it's finally realized that it's retrograde. Mercury's retrograde as well. So dry your eyes and let's go home. We are past Olympus Mons and the depths of solar minimum. See? We're definitely watching it. I mean, that's some crazy action happening. And Mother Nature is one of our biggest surprisers out there possible. And if there is anyone or groups or abilities that can humble human beings, it's definitely God, the Sun, and Mother Nature. So stay cool. Let's raise our vibrations. Let's improve our attitudes and jack out a badass frequency. But I sure would love a good date or dates for my 8-year anniversary romantic comedy. And I think I deserve it, but I'm not entitled. I'm definitely not entitled to any beautiful woman's affection ever. I know that. Comments are cool.